Welcome everybody to another episode of Conversation with OGs. I'm Meatball.
I'm Barb.
I'm Dre.
And today we're going to be talking about are men manipulated into relationships. What do you think about that, Barb?
I say no. But I'm willing to listen to y'all examples and piggyback on it, but I don't think so.
What you think, Dre?
I think most men can be manipulated into relationships, especially if this man is not being physical or being sexual a lot in his life. We got a lot of guys that's haven't been with a lot of women in their life. So they tend to fall in love with the first woman that's giving him some. And if he's not used to getting that on a regular basis, now he's jumping through hoops, he's cutting grass, he's shoveling snow. He's doing all this type of stuff just so he can be consistent, consistently getting some. So I think some men.
But in a situation like that, if not getting none as much, wouldn't he be more vulnerable to her being his woman faster than a man who's been in a lot of relationships? So I don't think he's being manipulated. He just doing what it takes to keep his woman happy. That's all.
See, I'm in 100% disagreement with that, because the thing is this: we already established, at least in my eyes, I don't know if it's in your eyes, that sex is equal. No person's sex is greater than the other person. You're not gonna say, okay, you gave me sex, so I'm supposed to buy you a Mercedes, or vice versa. Sex is equal.
It can't be. Not on this panel. It can't. The reason that it can't be on this panel is because you all state very often that you do things for sex. So anything that you do for a woman, you're expecting sex. True. So if my sex is powerful then, because without me giving you that sex, then I'm not going to get that Mercedes, or I'm not going to get that pipe fixed or that water tank put in, because you're expecting something from me. Now, these are words from y'all.
See, listen, we getting all the way off topic.
Okay.
But hold on, no, but I gotta respond to that first. The reason why men exchange gifts for sex, and I'm gonna tell you myself personally. I done lied to women. I done made women think they was the only one. I done romanced them, laid in bed and held and did all that shit. When you do them type of things to a woman, you playing with a woman's mental. You're making her feel more valuable than what she really is. That turns into her getting pregnant, keying up your car, busting windows. So
you're the
hold on. Bleaching your clothes and doing all that. So with that said, when I was younger, I learned when you be 100% honest with women, it stops your cars being keyed up, windows busted. So now you're not the only one. And I'd rather, instead of wine and dine you, I'd rather give you these couple dollars, so that way you know it's transactional, your feelings not involved, and I ain't got to worry about all the complications that come with it.
Well, you know what, Dre? I slightly agree with you. I do believe men are manipulated into relationships, just for the simple 100%. Fact is that when men usually meet a woman, if a woman is interested in that man, her best gift to him would be some sex. So she give it to him right off the rip. But she already got a plan behind giving him sex. He just don't know it.
I agree.
Her plan is to absorb as much of his time as possible, because she knows that fucks up whatever kind of rotation he have. If he do have a woman on the side, or if he got other hoes, she figure like, shit, if I'm seeing him every day, every other day, whatever they got going on, it won't be able to last for too long. So I do believe women trick men into being in relationships. They manipulate them into being in relationships. They also trick them into fatherhood. They trick them into all kind of positions that a man didn't sign up for.
Now you said fatherhood. They trick you into fatherhood.
Yeah, of course.
She told you not to put that condom on and go up in there without.
I've had women tell me that. Don't put rubber on.
Okay, but you listened to her.
No, I didn't.
1 out of 10. Listen. You're not tricked into being a father. You choose to make that choice to be a father. You're taking that chance, that risk. You not putting on that condom. It's a chance she gonna get pregnant. You're willing to take that chance because you want to feel good, or however you want to do it. You feel comfortable hitting it without a rubber. So how are you tricked? Now only see a woman got a choice. Now she get pregnant. You say, oh, I don't want the baby. She said, okay, well I do. How are you tricked?
How about
you
if she
could
say?
just put a condom on.
How about if she say she don't want the baby and you give her the money for the abortion and she lie and say I had the abortion?
Well, those are just women that's playing games.
So would I be tricked in that scenario?
And well, in that scenario, you would be.
Okay, well, what about the women that sit up here and say that they're allergic to different type of latex and other type of condoms?
You better have a bad pull-out game.
Well, hold on. It's several men that I know personally that was messing around with a woman, you know what I'm saying, for years, and she was on some type of birth control. And now she removed the birth control, just didn't tell him. Mm-hmm. See, this is the kind of things I'm talking about when I use the word manipulation. To me, to manipulate means for you to already have plans about something, you just not telling me the plan. Mm-hmm. And this is what a lot of men find themselves in alignment with. You dealing with this woman, y'all agree, a man can tell a woman when he first met her, I'm not interested in having no more kids. But after they've been messed around for 6-7 months, she want to have a baby. Guess what? She just don't tell him she want a baby because she know he's going to quit fucking with her. So you know what she do? She do some old female shit and you know what? I'm going to just take the birth control out. I'm going to just stop taking my pills. Mm-hmm. He's still on the same path that he was on when y'all first started fucking around. You the one changed.
Yeah.
So when you change...
Well, isn't it your job to protect yourself no matter how a person changes or whatever? So you're just going to believe that, okay, she said she don't want a baby. So you just going to believe she's still on her birth control?
No, I'm going to believe her history. Her history was for the last 8 months. We was on the same page. Mm-hmm. Now, 2 months later, after the 8 months, which puts it at 10 months, she feel she want a baby. Mm-hmm. At some point, you don't think she should have sat me down and talked to me about that? See, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about with the women. She would just sit up here and say, you know what? I'm going to have a baby, and if he don't want to take care of the baby, he don't have to. I'll do it by myself. If that's your logic, why go to child support?
Listen, I'm going to give you the flip side of that. Imagine a man meeting a woman. He liked this woman, and he want a relationship. So now she gets pregnant. I do believe I sent y'all the video of the lady that had 2 kids. One was 5 and one was 7. Mm-hmm. By the man. This man had 2 kids that he thought was his. Took DNA tests on both of them. Neither one of them was his. Mm-hmm. This man was taking care of 2 kids that wasn't his, taking care of the woman, and moved the mother-in-law in too. So this is where the trickery come in. He was a good man by even addressing it. A man like me, I'd probably be in prison right now. Because the way he did it, I think that's what a real man would have did. In my situation, I would have been the criminal. I wouldn't have been.
See, Dre, I promote.
It led to violence.
And I promote and I tell a man, if you get a woman pregnant, you put the burden on her to prove that that's your kid. Because these women, they don't think highly of themselves. So they would mess around with 2-3 different niggas.
True.
When they get pregnant, they're thinking about which one gonna be the best candidate for the baby. So just because a woman telling you you are the father, you just the best candidate.
I agree.
That's all to that. She messed around with other men. I mean, if you look at the statistics prove women are better cheaters than men. They like you said before, they are calculated cheaters. They would sit up here and plan these women trips. Mm-hmm. What you think they just 10 women and went down to Miami and just had a good time? Who you think paid for that? Mm-hmm. Who you think buying their food, took them on these cruises, these boat rides, whatever they was doing, all their activities? It's a nigga already was down in Miami.
Or somebody she dealing with up here.
Hold on, wait a minute. You trying? No, stop. Now I was silent. Now wait a minute. Explain. What you trying to say? She can't go on a girl trip without seeing a guy paid for somewhere, or are you saying she's getting treated while she's in Miami?
No.
Somebody's buying her drinks or things like that.
What I'm saying is, when a woman plan her trip, it's already other things that follow behind the trip. The man just don't know. Her boyfriend don't know. Her husband just don't know. She already told dude 3 months ago, I'm going to bring 2-3 of my girls down there, to make it look good. We take pictures and stuff. But he's financing that trip. He's the one going to be taking her out to these dinners. He's the one going to be taking her out to on these boat rides. He's going to be the ones taking her Shit, you go to Miami, it's like what? $100, $200 getting each club. What woman you know is just thinking freely to go down? They finna spend. They down there for 3 nights. They ain't spent $1,000 just getting in. You still gotta buy drinks. You still gotta buy your food. You still got enter. She ain't paying for that shit.
But it's a second side of that ball. All women don't meet men down there. They not saying, okay, Kevin, meet me down in Miami. All women not doing that. But it's a majority of women, like he was saying, a group of 10 go down there. I'm a firm believer. If a group of 10 going down there, the majority is fucking somebody down there. I mean, it's known facts.
That's not. It's known facts based on your experience.
Yes, based on my experience.
Okay, well, based that upon your experience, but that's not always true.
Listen.
That's not always true.
I saw this with my own eyes. I'm not gonna say the person, but I saw a woman go down there, was engaged, ring on and everything, and she cried over one of my partners after she left, after meeting this nigga for 3 days, and the first thing was, oh, my girl engaged, she wouldn't do that. You know how many times I've been in Miami and I heard, oh, my girl's not like that, she not gonna do that?
Drake, I never been to Miami and seen women not give it up. Never.
Okay, Kira want to say something. Go ahead, Kira.
I think that's y'all insecurities. I think that's because when y'all take y'all men trips to DR and all that, it's the things that y'all do or you've seen your male friends do. So when the girls do their girl trip, oh, she probably gonna do the stuff I was doing. No. If a girl going out of town with girls, they're going out of town to have fun, party. In the midst of that, they're probably gonna meet people at the club. It's gonna pay for them to get in. It's gonna pay for tables. That's what men and women do when they're out partying. However, I will say there are some girls that are going to go down there and do things other than a girl's trip. But
The majority, correct? The majority, not everybody.
I'm not even gonna say the majority. I'm gonna say maybe the 2 or 3 out the
out of 10,
out the ratchet crew.
Out of 10,
yeah.
No, I would say 7 because every man got somebody for her girls. If he's gonna say how many it is, y'all. Oh, it's 6 of us. You don't think he got 6 players that's ready to go? They all
do or not. She has to choose
to
want to do it.
I'm gonna use myself from experience. When we was going back and forth to Miami, I'm 100%. We ain't never had no problem getting no women. They came from all around the United States. We didn't care if they're from New York, Maryland, Cali, South Carolina. They all the same. They all there for the same purpose. Women don't want to pay for nothing. Dre, you would tell them I pop up with roses. I know how to get them. I'm gonna get their attention. I'm paying for food. That's going to get me some sex at the end of the night. Women don't like to pay for nothing.
Somebody.
It may not be from her, but somebody giving that motherfucker.
Well, that's somebody woman.
Somebody's gonna get. All women ain't giving you sex for roses and drinks. They say thank you.
No,
and it was nice
being you.
Out of town.
It's the conversation.
Nothing out of town.
It's the conversation.
You know what? It's all about getting it popping.
Okay, well, let's get back to this. Let's get back to the point that men are very misleading.
No,
and women are manipulative.
No, wait, let me finish because I let y'all.
Okay.
Men are very misleading when it comes to women, and then after you have misled her,
you got to be clear, detailed.
I'm going to tell you. Okay, for instance, when you first meet a woman, we talked about this earlier. Like I said, guy's interested in me. I said, well, come over. I need my picture hung up. He comes over there. He hang up the picture.
What?
I'd be like, I need my sink tightened up. He comes over. He tightens up the pipes. Now, remember, in all this process, he's doing all this because he wants something.
But you know that, though, right?
He wants something. So I'm like, okay, well, I do know
So
that.
he's not misleading because you know
Wait,
what
I'm going to tell you. Okay. Wait a minute. Now, there's no guarantee he's going to get it.
We didn't say he was
getting
it.
No guarantee he's
you
gonna
know what
get
he wants.
But I know what he wants.
Okay,
so I'm steady asking him to do these type of things, and in return, he's expecting to get something, and he may not get nothing in return. You see what I'm saying? But what about the men who go in doing something and they do get something in return and constantly keep doing it, then say, oh, she a goat, she ain't shit, or she this and she that. After you the one who then went and bought roses, as you say, candy, hung up pictures, put in a new water tank, put the motor on the furnace, shovel the snow through the salt out, all this type of stuff. How are we manipulating you all to do things when you want to take something of value from us?
Because to me, you almost is stealing this man's time. Because if you went to a gas station and it's one of them gas stations where you pump the gas first, they expect for you to pay. Some people jump in their car and stab out. That's stealing.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, if a man expect for you to do something in return, and you know he expect for you to do something in return, what's the difference from when you go to a gas station, you pump your gas first, they expecting for you to pay them, and then you take your ass in there and pay? Because you know this is a service that they providing for you, and you gotta pay. They just let you do it first. So when a man do something for you first, why he gotta just take the short end of the stick and be okay with that?
Not only that, you just said out your mouth, you know he's looking forward to something. He expects something, so he's not misleading you. In actuality, you're misleading him.
That's right.
Because you know what he wants.
Yeah.
And you allow him to do this thinking he's going to
But don't
get
you
something.
supposed to do things to get things? You can't just think you gonna
But
get it.
you ain't talking about holding up your end of the bargain.
You can't just get it.
Wow.
You gotta do something to get. You don't
You
think
gotta
that
hold
you.
up your end of the bargain, Bar.
Well, now it depends on who that person is.
So you gonna play certain niggas. See, that's why niggas
Yeah.
get violent.
Well, no,
and
you
do
don't
stuff
get.
to-
You shouldn't get violent. You
You
shouldn't
do
get
get
because
violent.
it's no. I don't have to
He's
guarantee.
being
I don't
cheated,
have to
he's
give
going to
you
get
my
violent.
body.
If a man came over there and fixed your boiler and
Yeah.
saved you $500-$600, and he
No,
want a piece of
that's-
pussy,
you mean 5,000,
you
6,000.
stole from him. You stole from him and his family. He got a girl he cheating on.
I stole from him.
You stole from him.
No,
I didn't steal
he
from
shouldn't
him.
have did it.
I
But
didn't steal
listen,
from
this
him.
y'all
There was
men
no
out there.
guarantee that he was gonna get it. Now I could have took it that he did it for me as a good friend.
Then why would he do that?
Huh?
I've been knowing him a long time, and
And y'all ain't fucked at all?
Because he want to help.
no, he wanted to. Some people just
You
like
know what
to
I'm
help.
doing, Dre? If I came
You
over
hear
there and
this
fix
shit,
that
dog?
bowler, I'ma jump on that pipe and swing on it like I'm a monkey and break it right back. And now you get somebody else come out here and fix it.
First off, at this point, if
Well, you
I
gotta
got
get in
any
the house
type
and
of
say,
skill
"What's this
trade,
fix you got to get? You
No,
gonna break it by house?"
I gotta get me a shot before I leave.
I gotta
I'm
get a
already
shot
in
before
your
I
So
house.
why
fix it.
not be honest with women and just be straightforward? Like I
Yeah, I
said.
know. You said you knew. We ain't gotta tell you 1 + 1 is 2. Y'all motherfuckers know what the
See,
fuck
women-
going on.
see, Dre-
Y'all just try to use and manipulate people,
So you
and
should-
that's why motherfuckers be acting up in your bushes and doing all that gangster shit. Cause y'all be mentally playing with people. Men, stop giving these motherfuckers free shit. They need something, they gotta fuck or suck free. First. Once they do that, then you go on and do
And
the
women,
other
y'all
shit.
better not give up the goods first, because it ain't no guarantee.
You gonna be in the
gonna do
goddamn
it.
cold.
So you
You gonna be in the cold.
No, you gonna get that
Well, you know
motor
what?
put in
How
first.
about you take this route then? Men, don't do shit for these women. Don't do shit for them, and let them keep their little pussy
And rub one out.
Let's see how long they sit on that pussy before now they come and start acting different. They gonna talk to a man different. I think men sit up here and give a woman
Too much power.
too much credit.
That's
I
true.
think she
But
gonna
y'all
do.
created this rule.
I think this
Not
woman
I.
gonna do
Y'all
right by
cre-
me.
You
The
the
other
big,
niggas did, not I.
you the big double Jacob Lager pay. You talk about it. You take five. You say you
Bar.
want a figure if
Bar.
you just take her to get a pair of shoes or something. Get her hair done.
Yes.
You want something just for
First
that?
off,
Why?
listen. The most I've ever tricked in my life was 175. Told y'all the story.
No, I'm not saying tricking, but I didn't say tricking. I'm
And
saying
she was
why
a bad
is it?
motherfucker.
So why are we as women being labeled bad people when we use our vaginas to get what
'Cause
we
y'all
want?
using people.
And we have men that are willing to pay for it, to do things for it. So if you're telling me that the only way you gonna do something for me if I give you some sex, why am I being labeled as a bad person?
Let me tell you this, Barb.
Why?
If a woman was walking down some steps, she fell down the steps and broke her legs, broke both her ankles, whatever. She fucked up, right? If whatever man she never gave no pussy to, she can't call that man and ask him to do nothing. Because one
agree.
thing he know for sure, he ain't getting no sex. And when she was well, she should have gave me some then.
And
so
you
so
might have.
But that's
You
not
can't-
true, because he may be thinking upon the fact that, as you all say, oh, when she get well, she's gonna appreciate
no,
this.
fuck that. She shoulda gave me that pussy before.
No, because you know what? We know if she broke her leg, she down for at least 6 weeks.
She broke one leg.
She
Both.
broke 1, 2.
Oh, well, one leg in a cast, you just pull that leg over to the side, open up the
Nah.
other leg, and you can still get up in there. So it ain't like,
Nah,
I'm
now
just
you-
saying, yes, you can.
You
I'm
knocking
not,
off a disabled
it
chick
don't
now.
matter. You get some pussy regardless.
Nah,
You don't
that's-
give a fuck
that's-
whether I'm disabled or not. You
Hey,
want
listen.
I
sex.
do.
Listen.
I do.
Hey, listen. You look at a woman different when it's a checklist of
y'all
things
are
that's
funny.
wrong with her. A broken up woman with a cast on, that counts. You be like, I think I'm gonna wait on that.
Y'all funny.
Listen,
Y'all funny. So now y'all want to be validated and y'all want to feel appreciated. And when we want to be validated and appreciated, we fucked up.
But how do appreciation go for a man coming from a woman? How that look?
Yeah, I
Appreciate me, period. I might.
No, how do you appreciate him? What do that look like?
I will appreciate a man who comes in and does things for me.
He still don't.
That's
I want
needed.
you to tell me what the appreciation for you from you to him. What do that look like? If you appreciating this man, what you gonna do? You gonna cook for him?
Yeah,
What else?
I might even take him out to dinner or
Where you
something,
taking him?
or a trip or something. I'm not that type of person. Now, see, I do.
How you took me in on trips?
No, trip. No,
Oh.
but I not no
See,
trip.
that's the bullshit Dre talking
No,
about.
not no trip, but I have
the
paid for
bullshit.
dinner. I have, outfits and things like that. My boo nah. I look out for him. He okay. He well taken care of. He just fine.
You ain't took him on no trip.
That's okay. We go half and half on the trip.
See, you back on that. See, Bar.
We go
See, you
half
know
and
what?
half on the
And
trip.
this is what we talking about. Men are willing to take care of women for a lifetime. Women just only willing to take care of a man until he get back on his feet.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep saying that the scale.
But that's your fault. Then change the rules.
That's why I'm telling men quit doing for women.
Change the rules
Don't do
then.
nothing. You know what? If you see a woman out there and she got a flat, blow the horn and keep going.
But I think y'all wrong for that because men like to be in power. Y'all want to be the king and the provider and the protector.
But that's
so
natural.
I feel like if that's what y'all are, y'all shouldn't feel bad about doing everything. That's what y'all supposed
That's
to
if
do.
that's your
You're
woman,
supposed
not
to.
a random
You're
person that you
supposed to,
share.
but men complain about doing it for their woman. They don't feel like most men out here
Bar.
don't feel like.
I got off work.
I don't think I should pay 50
I
Yeah,
with
don't
a
no
real
man have no
I
problem
got
looking
off
out for his
work.
woman.
Right after work, 10 o'clock, and I want to put fix the furnace at my girl rental property. Shit ain't had nothing to do with me. I ain't finished that shit at 3 o'clock in the morning. But that comes with being in a relationship if it's your woman.
But you're
if
not
it's a
gonna
random
benefit-
motherfucker, no, I didn't benefit shit at all. First off, for me to just even go diagnose it, that should have been anywhere from $125 to $250.
Yeah.
And then if you deal with anybody that with the HVAC, they're going to say, okay, this is what it is. This is the price. And I got to mark it up triple. It's double or triple for the part. So now, and I got to charge you for the labor. You see what I'm saying? That comes with being in a relationship. You can't call me for this type of work if you fucking me, Kevin, Bob, and all these other niggas.
That's
Because
right. You
what
gotta
am I
jump on the
getting
phone
different? This
and
nigga
tell
getting
them
them
come
same
through.
bowl ass meals. He getting that same pussy. What is the difference? What am I getting special to say you're
Well,
special?
every man has his value, a different purpose.
I understand that.
Just
You got
like
the chili
women.
fried niggas. You got
Right.
the nigga you fucking all that. But
Right.
the thing is this: if I'm treated just like all them other niggas, I gotta charge you. I can't do nothing for free. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be any less of a man than this guy. And this nigga, all he do is come through, buy you a pack of Newports, and he
You don't know
fucking
about
on.
no other guys more
And
than
9
likely.
times out of 10, we do. Y'all, we observe it. Y'all just may not know we know. But common sense. All we got to do is see the way your phone rocking. I don't want to hear this my last nigga. No. You still popping this nigga off. That's why your phone rocking like that. Oh, I got to call you back and all that. No, we don't
And you
care.
know what, Dre? And you think about how these women, most of these females don't even want men to know where they stay at.
I'm
Because
cool
it's
So
with
okay.
that's
that.
dangerous.
Because I don't want them to know why I
hold
stay
on.
if I'm
That's
fucking around.
dangerous.
She don't
You
even
ain't
want when you
supposed to. I was
stay
taught
until
that at an
something go
early age.
wrong.
Yeah.
When something go wrong,
And something
all of a
need to be
sudden
fixed.
now,
You
Okay,
come
make-
over.
come back. You
Who,
know,
who do that?
Any
All
woman
women do that.
that need
once,
in need
you know
of.
what? You know what? My hot water tank.
Might
Do you
want
know
to
anybody?
know when you leave.
She wants you to come over and fix something, so now she's comfortable all of a sudden with you coming to her house because she needs something from
But
you.
do you go over there and fix it?
I have. I have one over there.
You
and
have
fix
one
things.
over there. Did you?
Put in. I put in furnace, hot water tanks.
So did you get
most
the
definitely
goods
I done-
before you did
Yeah,
this?
I don't do nothing unless I fuck.
So,
I don't do
so
nothing.
now it's back to both of y'all. How you all talk about women, degrade women.
We're not degrading, we being honest.
Y'all talk about women to the point that y'all say all women do is
We didn't say all, we said majority. Come on, if you gonna
okay, if you're gonna
gotta
say majority,
say word for word.
Well, my thing is, you do nothing for free. So what
Y'all
choice
don't do nothing for free.
what choice does a woman
Okay,
have?
you
to-
tell me what name one company that provide a service to you for free.
None.
Okay, so what make you think a man is going to come
But
over
what,
and put a hot water tank in your house
we
for
should
free?
be labeled as whores and
Well, actually, I think y'all getting off easy for a
don't
shot of
label y'all
pussy
like
that
that.
you engaged probably 15 to 100 other guys, and he telling you just give me a shot and I'll put your hot water tank in. It ain't like you ain't never done it.
Yep. And
You
probably
done fuck
gave
niggas just because you liked them. You
and
done
for a
fuck niggas because he got curly hair.
For a cheeseburger deluxe.
Yeah.
So,
A lot
you know
of
what I
times
mean?
these women is fuck niggas for nothing, but when you want me to provide a service, you want me to be understanding because you playing games. See, that's the game we're talking about. Don't call no nigga to do something for you if you're not willing to do nothing for him. And I ain't talking about making him something to eat that you go eat anyway.
Oh, you don't want
But if you step out your culture, you don't have these issues. If you look at through all our comments, listen. If you look through all our comments, all you keep hearing is the black guy saying you got to go out your race. You got to go out your race. And I'm looking at all our comments. It's crazy how our women, our culture thinking we crazy and all that. But if you look through all our comments, if you look at every time we post, to get a woman that's going to appreciate
a woman
you.
of value.
If you look at all
well,
these...
half of the guys is saying something on there probably don't need to be appreciated anyway.
90% plus all the men is 100% agreement with us.
That's because they probably ain't shit no way. They ain't
Well,
shit.
see, Barb, you sound like
so 9 out of 10 guys ain't shit.
1 out of 10, they probably ain't shit.
Okay.
Just like we ain't shit. 1 out of 10, we ain't shit. So hell,
I say more like 3 out of 10 women ain't shit.
I was going with 6.
You go with 6?
Yeah, I'm going with 6, bro. The number's way higher than that, dog.
Well, you know what, Drake?
Hold on. Let me rephrase that. Our culture. I ain't gonna say all women, just our culture.
I think when it comes to our culture, and I'm not just gonna even say us, I think when it comes to women in general, we attract what we are. Most women, if you're broken, you're gonna attract a broken man.
How?
You attract what
you gotta have a conversation.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
If I see you got a big booty, that's enough to attract for me to be attracted. I don't know if you're broken or not.
Oh, well, you do know, because most men that ain't shit don't do shit. They don't provide. They don't do shit. They live off women. Yes, they do.
What niggas you know that do that? You know all of us.
I know y'all, but I'm not talking about my generation. This is the problem. We're not talking about this generation. We're talking in general, population all around. It's a lot of men out here who live off women. It's a lot of men out here that don't work, don't do shit, and a woman provides. And it's the woman's.
Got no father in their life.
Okay.
So it still go back to the mama. That was her mama's fault. Now what she's doing now, you seeing the reaction for her not having a father, but her mama did the same thing she's going to do. Now her mama was a whore. Now she's a whore. She got 2-3 kids without no father around. So now she's dating multiple men. When she have a daughter, guess what? That daughter gonna be a whore. She gonna have multiple. You see what I'm saying? This is how that goes.
No.
So that make her a whore or just a bad decision maker?
Same thing.
No, it's not.
What's the difference? What's the difference between being a whore? I'm asking you a question.
What?
What's the difference from being a whore and a woman mismanaging her pussy?
But that ain't what you said.
It's the same thing.
No, you said, no, she asked you that makes her a whore. When we're talking about the decision, when you were laying.
If you mismanage your pussy, that means you made bad decisions, right?
But that don't make you no whore.
That don't make you
Well, I'm asking you a question since you commented.
A whore is somebody that's just out here just giving it away.
Okay, I got to know that's your virgin. I'm asking you a question.
What?
My question to you is this. If a woman have a history of mismanaging her pussy, what would you say about that?
She got bad decisions. She's just making bad
So
decisions.
she got a history of it, right?
Bad decisions.
And usually you make bad decisions based on how you raised.
So it's hold on, Barb. So if this same woman that has a history and her kids have watched their mom make these histories, what you think that female, the daughter of that female, she's going to duplicate what?
It's a learned behavior, but that don't mean she's
okay. So yes,
necessarily
so you saying
she's
yes.
going to duplicate her mom's
it's
behavior.
It's a good chance, though, right?
Hopefully, she'll make better decisions than her mother.
Okay.
But
Not if she trying to survive.
what you see is what you learn. So you learn by
So
seeing.
so why are you saying I was
But
wrong?
that don't make her no whore. I just say bad decisions.
You is a whore
I
if
think
you
some women are put in positions
if
that
you
make bad
mismanage
decisions
your
from men who manipulate
if
their
you
mind.
mismanage your
men
vagina,
who
you are a
manipulate their
whore.
mind.
And men are good with playing
Y'all
with the man.
y'all
Oh, they
manipulate
good. They
with y'all
misleading.
penis every damn day.
How can a man mislead a woman with his penis?
Yeah, I need to
like
hear
you
that.
said, and you said
I'm asking.
when you first meet them, y'all only in for one thing. Y'all want to get the pussy.
But
But
you
we
know,
care
but you
about
know that though,
nothing
No,
right?
you don't, because
But
men
y'all-
don't
You
say
just
that.
said you know that.
I said if you
Y'all
doing
just
something
wanna
for
get the
me.
pussy. So
So what is y'all looking for?
Why shouldn't a woman come off up front? Give me, I need, I want, my
Yeah,
my
but how
heart is
many
broke.
men
You
are
better
Ain't
get
nothing
it up
wrong with
front.
that.
men
You
that
better
she's going
get
to
it
go
up front
through?
because
If
in
she
the
was a
end-
smart woman,
You hear that, y'all?
If she was a
She's
smart
saying
woman, she would get a man.
she wants something up front for her pussy. You know what that means? That goes back to pay for that motherfucker, get that pussy and keep it pushing. So when she call you and something broke, be like, no, I had to pay. Call that nigga that got it for free. Pay and you
Why
ain't
you
doing
gotta
that
pay?
Because she just said nigga gotta pay.
Oh, okay.
She just said that.
Yeah, and you just said that you only going in there for one thing, and that's
All
what
men is going
Yeah,
in
but
for one
Kara,
thing.
come on now. You know a man, when he pursues a woman, what he want from that woman.
Okay, so why is she wrong for needing?
I'm
And she not wrong. She not wrong. I don't think she
Y'all make it
wrong.
like we
used the
wrong.
word wrong.
But when
What
a
I
man
did
look at you
say,
like a
she has
prostitute,
a
it's all the
history
same.
Of just
A bad
mismanaging.
decision.
Why she can't just be a
which is
businesswoman?
mismanaging, right? If
Bad
you make,
decision.
but what's the difference between bad decision making and mismanaging? They mean the same thing.
So selling pussy now is
You-
it's a
we use
business.
the word mismanaging. Okay.
Okay. You just don't like the way
Bad
it
decision
sounds.
making. Right. I don't like the trigger.
Man, women don't
See,
like
it's a-
never
she-
like the
you
way
said
what we
that-
say.
She
dog.
said she don't like it.
Like
It's a
that. I
trigger
like
word.
that, Kiki.
But
That's right.
it's mean the same thing.
Y'all
Trigger.
mismanage stuff all day long.
Sure
Every day
do.
Yep,
long.
we
And
mismanage
we
our
know,
women.
and we know you can't
Because
get
if
nothing,
y'all-
and that's why
y'all
they
ain't-
tax you, and that's why you
y'all
had
ain't
to
good
spend all that money before
Y'all
you
be
get that
married
cootie.
Somewhere chilling.
But marriage,
I've been married
marriage
twice.
is not-
That
marriage
shit
is not
overrated.
benefit a
Sex for all these
man.
random
Marriage,
women.
nowhere in history
Oh
have
my
marriage benefit
God.
a man. Marriage benefit
The
women.
woman.
The biggest
You shouldn't
transaction,
have to deal
the
with different
biggest
women.
transaction with money comes from divorce. A man would be a damn fool to marry a woman. You'll be a fool. She going to take your shit. 70% of the men that's married, it ends
So
in
why
divorce.
do
Why
men?
you about to go? Why you want to get
I
married?
was just about
I'm
to.
not married.
You say you want to get married.
When I
You
get
said
married,
you ready to be
when
married.
I get married, my woman will sign a prenup. I'm going to protect my shit.
So now you shouldn't get married.
Why? So
But listen, but
so
she's
since he
okay
ain't
with
willing to
that.
give his shit up, he shouldn't get married. Think about how that sound.
Why you gotta sign a
So
prenup?
pretty
You
much,
don't love it.
y'all
It's
only
just a
get married to
business
take somebody else's
transaction.
shit. Then
Marriage is a business
that's
transaction.
what it seems like.
Marriage is a
Well,
license.
I
Protect
Marriage
your
is a
shit,
license
sir.
to make it a business transaction. And you know what? And by my girl said, you know what? I
But
will,
she ain't got no problem
I
with
will
it.
sign a prenup. That tells me she's not interested in stealing from me.
I agree.
Now when that woman,
How is that stealing?
if you
Taking care of you for
if
20,
you take
30
my shit,
years.
if when I met you, if I owned 15 houses and now we were together for 5-6 years and you leave me, I gotta give you
Half.
6 of them.
No,
You stealing
no,
from
that
me.
ain't how
And
that
she ain't
works.
got not
That's
one
not-
house. That's
Does that.
exactly
Long as they,
how-
I think
how it
long as they
works.
married for how many years? Is it
10
2
years.
2 years?
It's 10.
No, it's not
think
no
it's
2.
It's
For
10.
what?
But
when
she
a
also
woman's entitled to whatever the man has, it's so many
it's
years.
more than 2.
It's 10.
5 years. Okay. Matter, I got 15 houses. Now she decides she wants a new
But you the
penis.
same. But you,
I got to give her half of my house.
but you the
That's
same
crazy.
man that wants her to be there with you, helping change the pipes.
I
and
said when I
paint
showed
and
up,
stuff.
now when we build together,
That's
I
different.
do agree she's entitled to have what we built together. But how many women is out here willing to get dirty? You said yourself, if a man shoving snow, you wouldn't even come out there and lay no salt.
Mhm.
You gonna watch him freeze, and when he come
Now
in,
he
you
is
offer
not
him
gonna
some
be
soup.
freezing because he gonna have all the
It's
cold.
cold.
It's
next
cold in Detroit.
You go.
It's
Like
cold
he
out here.
with nothing on.
Okay, well he could be
freeze.
he could be cutting the grass. You gonna bring him some ice water or some lemonade. You won't even hold a bag up before him and dump the leaves and stuff in. You willing to do the bare minimum, but you want the max out of it. And
And
this
what's
is
wrong with that?
You gonna double down on it. You gonna double down on
What's
that
wrong
bar.
with me wanting the max? What is wrong with me feeling like I'm entitled to something? I don't have to do things that I don't want to do. I feel like that's what he's there for.
Dre,
He's a man.
Bro,
I see why you saying it's just better to do it your way.
Because it save money, bro. It save money. It save heartbreak.
Well, Dre don't even want nobody out there cutting the grass and shoveling
I don't,
snow.
but at the same time, listen, my thing is this. I don't believe in commingling of the funds. My girl got more money than me. My girl got real estate too. But the thing is this. That shit get technical when y'all get married. She got shit, you got shit, y'all buy shit together. And then if it don't work out, now y'all gotta, you know what I mean? That's shit complicated. So my thing is this. You get married. You sign a prenup, I sign a prenup. Your shit is yours, mine is mine. Whatever we build together, we'll sell that. You keep your shit and I keep my shit. But 9 times out of 10, the average woman come with the bare minimum and they marry a nigga that's banked up or caked up and they want to come up off
So are
this
men
nigga.
tricked into, are y'all manipulated into being married?
Absolutely.
When
I feel be forced.
the second time, the second time I was, the first time I
How in the
wasn't.
hell you forced it to
Because
be married?
a woman would give you a certain timeline. You know what? Bingo. She would give you a certain timeline that she's willing to date you before the end. She gets some type of prize.
Yep.
But see, I always go back to it. If you the prize, what did he win?
Nothing.
He won what everybody else got.
Yeah, I agree.
It depends on what type of woman
my
it is.
point
Any
is,
woman, if she older, if you younger with no kids, if he get the prize, he can say, you know what? She gave me even.
But
if
y'all pick the prize, right?
Even if I'm not the first to get that pussy, I can be the first that she gave a child to, that she brought life in here. If you done gave a bunch of kids out already, a bunch of niggas done put miles on you, and I marry you, what the fuck am I getting?
So why would you marry her?
I wouldn't. I was tricked, like I told you my last. Listen,
You tell me how are you tricked into marriage?
Listen. I told you, my ex-wife, she had one child.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got together, I say, listen, I want another child, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's cool. 5 years in, I'm dealing with this motherfucker, thinking she not on birth control, same situation. And she just wake up and say, you know what, I don't think I want no kids.
Were y'all married then?
No, we weren't married at the time. But listen, if a person is with you for 5 years and y'all done built a bond and y'all rocking together, and let's just say like if you with this man and he held you down for 5 years when you was going through something, whatever, and he gets sick, you're not gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna turn my back on you, I ain't fucking with you now. So with her saying, you know what, I don't want no kid now after 5 years and I done dedicated my time and all this to the relationship, I say, you know what, it ain't like I don't have kids. So I overlooked that, you know, we still can build and move
But
forward.
you would not have been wrong for walking away for the simple fact she went into it saying that's what she wanted. Then she waited. She been new waiting.
Yeah,
but then she waited 5 years. So
true.
you took the sacrifice. You
I did
sacrificed
sacrifice.
what you wanted
True.
to make her happy.
But I also stated this. I said, if you'd have told me this 5 years ago, we wouldn't even be here right now. Because my thing is this. The thing is this. I spent my whole life when I was younger making money, lying to women and all that. Because I didn't give a fuck. I was arrogant. I'm in the streets. I'm making money. And I'm fucking and I'm partying. I ain't gonna lie. I was so arrogant. I might meet a chick and we at the table and I have another chick come sit down and I'm talking to both of them. And I wind up smashing both of them. That's the part of being in the streets, having some type of arrogance where there was no respect for a woman. You just popping them off every night where it get boring. I don't know. Everybody haven't lived that type of life. But when I was popping shit off every night, staying downtown, riding new cars,
and
all
it
that
seems
shit.
like when you don't have a high level of respect for women, they treat you better.
Yep.
Because I always treated women with a certain level of respect. Drea come along and shit. She'll do a threesome with Dre. Drea be like, listen, man, she gets down. I go to her like, baby, shit, you did a threesome with my man. What's up? I don't get down like that. Why you disrespecting me? Dre be like, ball, she that away. Yeah. But they treat me different versus how they treat him because he don't have the utmost. He's not going to do certain things that I'm going to do. And it seems like the better you treat a woman, the worse
they treat you.
There you go.
I don't think it's intentionally done.
That shit intentional.
No. Let me tell you.
You know what this man is looking for, and you're gonna have him cutting grass, shoveling snow, cleaning goddamn leaves out your gutters and all that. So that shit is intentional because you already know what he's looking for.
Well, I do know what he's looking for, but like I said, once again, there's no guarantee that you're gonna get it.
So it's intentional.
But see, it's back to him providing a service for you and you refusing to pay. You stealing. And this is what I keep
And
going back
wasting
to.
his time.
A woman.
No, he wasting his own time because he
But
don't
how's
have.
he-
Okay, now once he completed the first service and he didn't get paid for it, and then he gonna come back and do another service and
Well, you
don't
know
get paid
what?
for it.
Most
How
men-
is that? How is
mo-
Bob
most-
wrong?
most
I'm not
men-
wrong.
Most men say, you know
not
what, I'm going to do something for this
manipulating
woman
him.
3
So he gonna do
times,
about
maybe
20,
4
30
times,
things.
and then they cut her off.
Yep,
See,
3
a
times.
man got a cutoff in his head.
I agree.
It just, most of the time, a woman
Okay,
give
and
in
maybe
for a
that
cutoff.
cutoff is y'all
But see,
wasting
now he's
your own
invested.
time.
That's
Because you
possible.
wasting your own time now. Am I correct? Because
That's
once you do,
possible.
why would you? If you don't get it the first payout, what make you think you're gonna get it the second one?
Same reason
What
when
make you think you're gonna get it
same
the third?
reason when I go to an ice cream truck, I might order 7, 8 ice cream cones, but the man know I'm gonna pay him. He gonna sit his ass there till he get paid. I don't understand why you not getting a person will do something for you and then get theirs on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't believe the back end is there.
He getting credit.
Everything is done on credit.
Oh.
That's how an exchange
Maybe
works.
I didn't want to pay the bill.
See, well, you know what the debt collectors come and deal with you.
Or you call that motherfucker.
I think y'all waste a lot of y'all time, fellas. I think that y'all give women
Not Dre.
I'm saying
I know.
fellas. I didn't say
Okay,
you. I
well,
said
I'm saying
fellas.
I know better.
I think fellas waste a lot of their time. They give women the benefit of the doubt when it's not needed. You know off rip. If you go do something for a woman and you invested something in a woman over
And over again.
5 times and she's still not willing to give you anything, that means she's not interested in you in the first place. That means you're not gonna get it.
Got your question mark?
Really off the second time you ain't gonna get it.
Why would a woman give a nigga that she just like some pussy off the rip? And this guy don't have no type of skills. But the guy with the skills that she should be with, she want to linger him alone. You know what? He can take her out when she hungry.
Because that's the guy she's not attracted to and having.
But that's the guy she needs.
Exactly.
Didn't you just hear? But you asked me a question. Mm-hmm. That's the guy she's not attracted to. That's the guy she doesn't know how to even connect to conversation wise enough.
Because she think he lame.
She don't want him. She wants the one that she feels better connected to. So the one with nothing but with the good sex could be the one she vibe with better. The one that's laid back and smooth. That's like with Dre. Dre hood. Ah, come here, give me that pussy. I want it. That's how Dre gonna talk.
Throw that out there.
That's how Dre gonna talk to you. But she might like that because that's like, oh, okay, that's what she used to. Now you may come along like you said with roses and candy and like want to take her out to eat and get to know her, and she, oh, this lame nigga. I don't
so what you saying, Bex? I want to make sure I understand is levels to women. It's classes of women.
Right.
So you saying
it's classes of men.
So you saying if a man have a skill and he's in the dating world, he should date a woman that would appreciate his skill.
Right.
Okay, I can buy that part.
She's still gonna be needing something to manipulate.
Yeah,
her.
but I wouldn't mind giving to a woman that appreciate whatever my service is.
And then you gonna go date a hood rat that's crazy, holler and scream, but then you laid back and smooth. See, you and that hood rat ain't gonna get along. See, Dre and the hood rat gonna get along because she gonna cuss him out, he gonna cuss out. They gonna do their thing and go about their business because they gonna. But with you, she gonna be looking at, oh my God, she just gonna nitpick fine things to fuck up you, and ain't nothing wrong with you. You actually a good guy. He talks retarded, but he a good guy, but people don't like it.
That's after going through so many trifling ass women. It's a lot of trifling women out here, and the fucked up part is they don't know when they fucked up.
Oh yes,
you know what I'm saying? We all been hurt. We all said we traumatized, but we still. You gotta have some type of form of respect for the next person.
But
so do you think a woman should tell you she traumatized? Do you think a woman?
Ain't no woman gonna tell you that. No woman is gonna sit here and say, you know what, I got a lot going on. I'm fucked up in the head. No, they not. And the reason why, hold on. The reason why y'all not gonna tell them, because as soon as a man here, I got a lot of problems, I'm traumatized, all they gonna say, you know what, I'm gotta get the fuck on.
No, you don't tell him, then he gonna think you're crazy.
So have you ever told a guy you were traumatized?
I bet it wasn't a Detroit guy.
Yes, it was.
And I bet he didn't stay.
I'm a work in progress. I got a lot of things I need to work on. You're going to get some good days. You're going to get some days you ain't going to like me.
Deuces. That's it. That's the last time.
That's not true.
When she tell me that, you know what she telling me?
Yeah,
she don't know how to
I would say, okay, baby, I understand, but when I leave, I won't call you no more.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
But you have some men that are willing to say, and this is when I said before, when I was like, does trauma manipulate a relationship? Can trauma manipulate a relationship? A person's trauma can, because you got to think about it. You meet a guy that's into you, and he really likes you, and
you tell him that?
regardless, you not. Most of the time, girls ain't telling that off rip. They're not gonna tell that off rip. I'm sorry, they're not. I didn't tell I was trauma. I've been through some shit in my life, and I've never told anybody that, but he would know something wrong, because why you so violent and you don't trust people? What the hell is wrong with you? So just by the actions of that woman, you will know something's wrong with her. And then she may share with you why she feels that type of way. Most men off rip not gonna walk away. They gonna try.
Now that they got money invested, they feel like they need to fuck. Now, if a motherfucker got, I'm just saying.
Anyway, like I was saying, most men are not gonna walk away. They're gonna try.
If a nigga got money invested, like a few hundred, he ain't gonna like shit. I gotta tough it out, cause shit, you know, it ain't gonna like shit to
but
get my
damn,
money back.
Dre, I ain't toughing it out with no chick. You know what?
Boy,
she got
you ain't
issues.
trying to get a relationship.
Can you
just
imagine?
trying to get your
See,
groove
Dre,
on.
I done had women.
That's a
I
lot of
laid in the
women.
bed with them. They just bust out crying. I look at her like, what the fuck? Where the fuck did that
I
come
done
from?
had that
And
happen
she
to me.
just
I done had-
crying.
I done had that happen,
and
bro.
you know, she lift her head up, tears on, and she say nothing. I'm like, something going on with this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I lay back down.
Don't do that.
I'm just
Don't
saying.
do
I'm just saying. If
I done been there,
if I've
bro.
been through that, other guys have been
I done
through
been
it.
through
You
it.
know, you ride in the car. You ride in the car and you just hear her like, and you look over there, her face full of tears. You're like, what the fuck?
You know
See,
what?
my shit happened. We was in the middle of sex. She just bust out crying and shit.
See, that scared me.
She told me
I be
later
thinking
on
rape.
that,
I
you
be
know,
thinking,
she was
I'm
raped
finna
and
go to
all that.
jail.
That shit
I'm
fucked
thinking
me
all
up.
Now
that
see what
shit.
you just said. Now you see what you
She
did.
told me she was raped.
Now see, she told you.
So
Did you remind?
see, Dre, she thinking of that while you having
But he could
intercourse
have
with her.
reminded her of that person.
Damn, but you was
Cause he
choking her.
fight with animal style on her and took her back.
You was choking her or something?
Oh, hell no. I don't know why.
How can she go to the...
Listen, I don't know why she started crying, but she came hard than the motherfucker though. So, I don't know.
So she... See, that don't make no sense.
He was
Dre.
going.
Unless you reminded her, or you might have triggered something. Maybe you did something that.
You're like, hold on. See, hold on. I gotta stop. I'm gonna stop right in her come. Wait. Wait a minute.
I'm not stopping. Listen, I had a chick call me. This was not a chick. This was my girlfriend. She called me another man while we was having sex.
See,
and
my
I kept
kid is
going.
instantly going soft.
But we wound up, no, we broke up after that. I told you about that. You know who it was. We broke up right after that, but she called me another man while we was having sex.
having sex and she Jimmy.
Yeah, I kept going. I did my thing. I sat up on the side of the bed. So who is Jimmy?
That's crazy, man.
Well, I don't think trauma can manipulate relationships. I think they can destroy them. And then sometimes they can manipulate. So I think it could be 50-50. But I disagree when telling somebody straight off rip when you meet them something going on with you, something wrong. I mean, I've never done it.
You should.
Well, you
I
know
never,
what?
but by me making those choices too, I also attracted people.
Crazy.
I attracted myself, basically. I didn't like good guys. I didn't like guys that was decent. I liked the little thug, and you know what I'm saying? I liked you to say, shut the fuck up, because that's just what I grew up around.
Well, shut the fuck up, follow with her.
Well, yeah, but I was adapted. I fell into that trap because, once again, I watched my mother go through that. It wasn't right. It wasn't right, but I watched my aunties and them go through stuff like that, fighting and scrapping and with men and telling men F you, and then getting drugged up the street, and then in the kitchen cooking
And you
things.
still talking shit, though.
And-
But I think
But I was willing to say that I was broken, and I had to learn that this is not the way a woman should be treated. This is not a way a woman. And then I taught myself about relationships. So I made some fucked up choices, because if someone would have been there to teach me, hey, don't do this, don't go for that, I would have been okay. But I taught myself. My mother never talked about no guys. And they never talked about sex. None of it. We had sex education back then. But my mother never talked about that stuff. So when you get to women, we have to understand a lot of women are broken, and that's the majority of the world, plus men. So when you got two broken people together that then have a baby that's gonna be broken, because he's raised by two parents that's broken and don't really know how to get through what they've been through, we're building a cycle of broken people. You got broken kids, the kids, and generations of brokenness. So which causes all of the stuff we talking about, manipulation, having sex for money or whatever. This is what you taught as a kid. I was told you was born with a money maker. You should never be broke.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
A man is like a flat tire. Always keep a spare. We're taught this as children, as young girls, and to use what God gave us to play you with. So if we're teaching our children this, how can we sit here and say and be mad about what is being taught? Now what I'm gonna tell you is that it's wrong. You shouldn't, because you devalue yourself. I agree with that.
I agree with that.
So do you believe a vagina has power?
It can, yeah.
With the right man. I think
Yeah,
so.
with the right person it can.
But that go to other
A
way,
penis
too.
got power.
right person.
You got girls out here that's getting money that will sleep with a nothing, but he dicking her down, and she don't
agree with
care. Long as he blowing that back out. And she's gonna go without nothing, or she gonna go find, like you said, the next nigga to do something for her. But she gonna keep him because the dick is good.
I agree.
So sex
See,
has power.
I don't believe a woman should even have that option.
How you gonna stop it though?
Well, you can't stop it, but see, that's why I stand on, because I was having a conversation with a woman, and we was talking about how she didn't understand how a man can have sex with a woman and not wanting to be with that woman. But I was telling her, a man have sex with women because of her physical. No, she was older.
Wow.
Men have sex because of a woman's physical
Attribute.
presence.
Right.
A woman usually want to be with a man because his status.
Just or she might just
Well, it's
have a
wild.
bond to him. Yeah, that's
Well,
what you
usually
meant
if
by
he's a
status.
street guy, he got money. That's his status in the streets. He's secure in the street. He's well known. Women like that. Women like to date men that have some type of authority or power. So that's what attracts them is the man's strength. So what men do? They do things like we talked about before, Dre, that gets them in trouble because they know that's what's going to get the woman. And most men don't want to be in no relationship with one woman. If a man out here getting a whole bunch of money, he ain't finna be with no one woman.
Yeah, he might have his main girl, but he gonna have a bunch of little
If he
sides.
ain't getting a lot of money, he probably ain't gonna
Well,
be
it's
with
kind
no
of
one.
it's kind of hard for a broke nigga to have a lot.
Well, he don't
of
have to.
women.
He don't have to be broke. He can still be. You can
Well,
still
we
be a
saying
9
I'm
to
talking
5.
about
You talking about a hustling?
A guy
versus
just got
a
out
9
of
to
jail.
5?
Usually when they're in jail, he usually already setting up the play. He already talking to a chick, so when he get out, he can come to her house. He can get paroled to her crib. He already
And
setting
I'm
the
glad
play.
you brought that up, and I know that's kind of off the subject too, but that's again 2 women. We have to make better choices when it comes to picking men. You don't know these men from Adam, but you willing to go meet a man that's been locked up for 10 or 15 years, and he got an out date coming, and you're gonna bring this man into your home with your children, don't know nothing about him, but just to say I got a man. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel
Well, you
accepted.
see what happened with that girl? That
It makes you
found
feel accepted,
that
but that's
got
what I'm
killed?
saying. We have to make better choices, but then that's what I'm saying. We have to also got to get help and learn our value and our healing, because you got to stop letting these men just come in and just think to say, oh, I got a man.
You know what she thinking? This after 15 years, he about to come tear this pussy up. 15 years of built up.
Yeah, he gonna
She
tear.
about to come
Hey
tear
Dre,
this pussy
he
up.
gonna tear her pussy up. He gonna tear her daughter pussy up. He gonna tear her auntie pussy up, and he might be going after the mama. So that's a chance.
It may have you out on the sun, because these they don't care. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. But when it comes to manipulation, that's too. You bad. You's a bad manipulating motherfucker to have been in jail 10 years and meet somebody on the outside world who don't know nothing about you, just coming to visit you. She just know your picture and maybe what you telling her you did, but you didn't.
That's all the letters.
But that's
that be them letters.
But that's
Man, you tell a
manipulation
woman for
too.
6 months you love her every day, but he ain't got shit else to do but write you fucking letters.
But that's manipulation too.
Yeah, but they go both ways.
Am I right or wrong? So you manipulating a person, and she's broken, and I'm gonna tell you why she broken, because it's no way that you can meet someone in their right mind that's well, I can't say that now. Let me take that back, because you got some people in their right stage of mind that can be manipulated. That's just a bad dude right there. And it happens every day.
Sometimes I don't think it's manipulation. We
That's
trust you.
manipulation
Listen,
all
we
day.
trust you as a person. Just say like, I needed something from you, bro. Or like, well, I need to hook up on this. I could see you be like, well, I got to hook up, and you be like, it's gonna be $2,000. I put $2,000 in your hand. It can be the trust. I trust Barb. Barb is good people. She'll never get down on me. And then you go out, you go out the back door type situation. People can say it's manipulation, but in my eyes, I only did it because it was you. So sometimes people only.
Well, no, I'm talking about this manipulation far as when you get into something like the guys that's in prison. You don't know these guys. You got men that's talking to women that's in prison. What's that, Love on Lockup or something? Y'all ever seen that?
Yeah.
Love and
That's
Lockup,
like
where they don't
shit
know each. Yeah, Mary, y'all was just about to say that, the pen pal. They don't know nothing about each other, but they willing to risk it all to mess with somebody that you know nothing about. Like, how did they get in your head to even make you feel comfortable?
That's just to show you how desperate women is
to
for
be
love.
in love. Exactly.
A man, she know he ain't going no goddamn where. She know with this man at 24 hours a day. She know he can't do shit. He's a lifeline. She's a lifeline to him. You know what? She gonna make sure he got some money. She gonna make sure it's some money on his books. He got some money in his account. He like that little bitty dog they be carrying around. So she know without me, he can't survive. Women like that shit. So you know what? She go come and see him, sit on his lap, let him rub on that motherfucker in the that little room they be in. So when he come home, you know what I'm saying? She all he know for about 6 months. After that, he gonna be like, listen, man, I ain't trying to be with her like that. I just needed somewhere to parole to.
Get on my feet, yeah.
But see, they fall for this all the time. And like you said, Barb, you can have daughters. Come on, that guy just did that. Came home from prison and now the lady daughter missing. He locked up. They still ain't found the body. But to me, I got kids. I tell my kids' mom, at least you can do is go on Otis and see what the man was locked up for. At least look into the man case. But see, women, that word love is just make them do foolish
love
things.
and good penis, they over. It's over. It's over. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I just think with men, manipulation can be controlled. It can be controlled both ways with women too, but women, I think it's harder for them because women are broken. There's a lot of broken women out here. So when you deal with women that are broke, it don't take much. And once you get in her head, it's over with anyway. It's done. Once you get in that,
how you get in her head? Because
that
comes from a lot of conversation.
Once you get in her head of making her believe,
beautiful,
you making her feel
smart, you
trust,
make her feel
there you go,
appreciated.
You're making her.
You acting like you really trust her.
You're giving her all the things that nobody else has given her.
You make her feel like if she don't do it, it won't get done.
Yeah, you can be something in life, or you beautiful, you this. You gotta understand, most broken women haven't been told these type of things, and so when she meets, dang, I can. He this, but in his back of his head, he's saying the same thing. Nigga, bitch, you ain't shit. You ain't. But he gonna make you feel so. Now he done got in her head.
Well, he's in survival mode.
Listen, I had a cousin came home from the joint. We took him to the titty bar. My man's them like. I don't know if you was with us that night, did he? He came home muscular, had a coverall on. This big bottle of baby oil in his back pocket. We swear to God, we had all stars.
Oh my God.
I paid for the lap dance. He sat around, pulled the baby all out of the back pocket, started rubbing her feet. She's sitting down, supposed to be danceable. It's like, baby, you a queen. You shouldn't be in here dancing and degrading yourself. He rubbing her feet. He just got out the joint.
Wow.
My man's them, I'm doing business. Like, what's up with your man? I say, man, that's my cousin. Nigga, 12 years, he just came home. Now I was pocket, make sure they have a good time. That nigga talked to her, wined and dined her. She stopped stripping. And as soon as he stopped fucking with her, she went back to stripping. I mean, she stopped stripping about 6 months. That one in the altercation.
So you see how he just.
Man, listen.
He actually saved her life. He gave her a glimpse that you don't have to do this, because you got to think she found something else to do, because he straight home from jail. He ain't got no money. So she found another way to take care of that man.
Not only that, I think it was she ain't never been treated like men always like when you a stripper, men gonna treat you some type of way. He came in, had her sit down, he baby oil massaging her feet in front of everybody. I know she felt some type of way, like, God damn, I ain't used to no shit like this. He played with her mind. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy.
So I think that you all are not manipulated. I think you all have choices.
Negative.
I think we all, okay, but like, I think we all have choices. We all can be manipulated into things. But just straight up, you manipulate me and I made you do this, I made you do that type of thing. I don't believe it. I don't believe
I
in
don't
that
think
part.
you made us, but if you mislead a person, that's the same thing. If you make a man think he's going to get some, that's misleading. Misleading is manipulating. Because if you know I'm coming to do all this stuff, and you know what I'm trying to do, just say if I was trying to do all this stuff for you, or with you, in order to get some, I may be all over you, and then you be like, no, it's too early. Okay. Next time I get rubbing on your thigh, I'm trying to touch something, you say no. Not right now. It's too early. If you flat out told me the first time, Jimmy, Dre, we'd never be like that. So stop going that route.
He wouldn't fuck with you.
We not fucking with you no more. But the thing is, you're not gonna flat out tell us we ain't like that and ain't never going there. You gonna keep letting me rub a little bit, and then you like, nah, not right now.
Your man gotta always believe sex is on the table.
As long as he think it's on the table, he's gonna keep coming through.
Well,
But
listen, it can be on the table. It's just a man has to always the sex is on the table. It's just
but if she don't like me, tell me so I can quit pursuing her like that. See, once a man realizes sex is not on the table, he will show you what he all about.
Deuces.
Now when you call him over, can you come over and shovel my snow? Yes, and it'll be $50.
Yeah. Or
you know what I'm saying?
Or when you call, that nigga gonna send you the voicemail, or you text, he ain't even responding. So give me the option.
And I just think, Barb, you made a strong point with the jail thing. I just think men coming out of jail is in survival mode. The women that's out here is not in survival mode. I think that type of manipulation is different because she don't have to. A man coming from jail, he have to do what he got to do, or he ain't got nowhere to parole to. A woman out here playing mind games with these men because that's how they was raised, and I believe whore raises whores.
But anyway, I feel like the reason why we in survival mode is because, the women are in survival mode because they at the end of their ropes. They still thinking they Marsha from high school. They got mustaches. They put 200 pounds on.
Yeah.
They had 9 kids. Then they get out here and thinking like they living their best life. It's over. You better take the first guy come along smoking. Take him. You know what I mean? Just if you want to wake up with a warm body just to say you got somebody, you better take him. You can't keep having your standards here.
Trey, you know what I notice about these women? They always want to compare they man with they girls' men. So
ain't gonna never be the same.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You may not bring to the table what your girl bring to the table. Sometimes you just have to say, this is the best I can do.
This the best I can do.
You know what? Your dude may, be a cab, Uber driver, whatever. That's the best you can do. And
you might just be a jitney, anything.
Yeah, but if this is what you got in front of you and this who's jumping in and out of your bed, you just have to say.
So you just settle for less.
But it ain't you selling. It's the best you can do.
Nothing. That's the best you can do.
You ain't gotta settle.
And you be lonely.
If this man bouncing up and down on you in your bed, you have to say, you know what, this is the best I can do, or he wouldn't even be there. You wouldn't have a man in your bed if he's there for a reason, because you ain't got the kind of guys you want beating your door down. So you gotta take what you got.
Take what you
if you gotta be with the mailman that's coming to your house because you see him every day and y'all build a relationship,
he still
that's
think you
the best
attractive.
you can do.
Yeah.
If you go to the supermarket all the time and you gotta bring the cash register, gotta work on the cash register home, that's the best you can do. Because if not, you'll have that engineer that you work with. He ain't trying to come on with you. You couldn't even trick him to come on with you.
Smash you, but he gonna keep it.
Listen, Dre, men, they got their shit together. They know they got options.
Yeah.
So if he looking at you and he say, damn, you know what? I would have probably did that 50 pounds ago. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I probably did that.
Or 20 years
50
ago.
pounds before she picked up. Because he remember when she first came.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
She had picked up 50 pounds. She been there for 15 years. Just, she been there a while older. She had 2 kids. So he's saying before the babies, maybe. But now he looking at her like, you know what? I just need for you to do your job, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I've never saw a man that go to the car dealership and say, no, give me the one with 80,000 miles that's 10 years old.
It's smoking.
Give me that new motherfucker with low miles. So if I got money, I'm not going to look for that old motherfucker. I'm going to look for that motherfucker with low miles and new. So
some manipulation.
Okay, close it, Dre.
Hey. I just feel like men and women can be manipulated. But the first thing is this, man, stop offering services with nothing in return. Let this woman know this is what I'm doing. This is the reason why I'm doing it. And if you're not able to get the pay what you weigh, don't call me, call Melvin.
I feel that men and women can be manipulated the way they based it upon now. I think for women and men, especially men, if you don't get it the first go around, you ain't getting it the second, the third, or the fourth. More than likely. I'm going to say give her 2 shots. And if you ain't getting it by the second shot, just stop. Because you wasting your own time. She not wasting your time. She not misleading you. You misleading yourself because you still on a hope and a dream that you going to get it. And 1 out of 10, you not going to get it. Manipulation can come many, many ways through trauma, through the lack of love, all type of things. I think it's just based upon how we're raised as people. And some people say it's wrong, but some people look at it as a way of survival. So it can be done, but I mean, it can be controlled and not accepted too.
In closing, I say look at the mama. I mean, the mama is going to give you a lot of insight what the daughter is going to be about. If you go to the mom's house or you meet the moms, you meet the aunties, and they got 3, 4 niggas, she the same way. Who you think raised her? Who you think giving her the game? So I think if you want to know what you have or what you're dealing with, get around the family. Go hang out with the grandma, hang around, go to their family reunions. You don't have birthday parties, volunteer to come. I'm going too, because you need to see. 1 week, she was with Jeff. She invited Keith to the birthday party, and later on that night, she finna go screw James. So you will see that. Won't nobody else have problems with it. You'll know what the girl you talking to is dealing with, because she won't see a problem with it. So whatever the type of woman that's raising the woman you with, I'm just saying you can get a jump start. You can look into the future and to let you know if this type of woman you want to deal with. The women in her family will expose her, in my opinion. So I'm coming around the family. I'm coming to every birthday party. Christmas, I'm there because I want to see the same nigga was at that birthday party go be at the Christmas party. I want to see that go be at the New Year's party. And it's going to tell me all I need. I'm like, listen, you just like your auntie, because you don't see a problem with your auntie doing. You don't see a problem with your mama doing. You don't see no problem they doing. So you go do me the same way. So that's what I think. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Conversation with OGs. We out.
Peace.